It's always so exciting.
GM Farcaster, and welcome to a very special episode where we are talking about Mental Health Action Day with Chick Bangs. And also Adrian is here with us as well. So we are going to be chatting about all things Mental Health Action Day. And we're going to start with sort of an overview of what that is. So I'm going to throw it to you. First of all, welcome. Welcome. Are we calling it? Is it Chic Bangs? Is it Chick Bangs?
Chic, yeah.
What do we call chic? I call you Chick. I don't know why. Chic Bangs. And you don't even have any bangs.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So we'll just call you Chic.
I do.
Adrian always has Chic Bangs.
No, it was an old childhood nickname, Bangs. One time when I cut bangs, so and an uncle called me Bangs forever, and so that's where my artist and DJ name came from. And
I love it.
What would be feminine?
I love it. I love it. So Chic Bangs, if you want to give us a quick intro about you, and then we'll start to dive into what is Mental Health Action Day. But tell us a little bit about who you are and what got you interested in this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. First of all, I'm so excited to chat with you too. I'm Chic Bangs. I've been a working professional artist for 15 years now. I actually started before that working in retail doing visual displays, like all the window displays and things like that. I was a visual artist working like that, which was really fun. And then I met my partner in 2007. We got married in 2008. And I learned after we got married that he was a DJ. We were at a house party and the turntables were set up and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to hop on." I was like, "What?"
That's something that never came up through dating?
Never. We dated we were like really quick though. So I will say, but yeah, it never came up. I knew that he made music and that was about it. And I was raised as a classically trained musician. So it was like a great fit, you know? So we're at this house party and I was like, sure, I'll give it a whirl. And I had a knack for it and I absolutely loved it. So I practiced at home. He got his turntables out of storage. I didn't even know he had turntables.
That's wild.
And I practiced, and then I had my debut like club gig the following winter, like the following January in 2009. And then the two of us had a lot of club residencies together. We were DJing 5-6 nights a week, doing art galas, runway shows in the club, you know, all kinds of things. And then I became a mom in 2012. So when we became parents, that didn't exactly fit with nightlife. So we needed to reimagine it and just became more selective with what kind of gigs we would accept. And, you know, if it's going to take us away from our child, then it needs to be something we're passionate about. I was used to DJs being undervalued and like, oh, you'll just come do this for free, right?
Right.
And so I always kind of had that like, sure, I'll do that. Like I'll donate my time. You know, that's a great cause. So that was already kind of built into my artistry anyway. And we had been making music together since 2010. And after becoming a mom, that was like my full focus was being a mom and making sure I was being the best version of myself that I could be and really working through a lot of things I didn't know that I needed to that came up in the process. And at that time, I went back to get certified I did a 6-month immersion, mindfulness and movement immersion to be certified as an instructor. And that was really cool. I knew right away that I wanted to combine music and mindfulness and like all of my passions into one. And I tested that with my first concept, which was called Nightlife Yoga. And it was really, really fun. It went really, really well.
That sounds like right up your alley, Adrian, by the way. Nightlife yoga is like made for you.
Where were you in my life? Nightlife and yoga. Yes, thank you.
Exactly. And I think it's time to breathe new life into that project because it really was very cool. And it was a great way to get people socializing in a healthy way, you know, with our well-being as the focus. So that was really fun. And I've had a lot of great opportunities and experiences since learning about Web3 and performing in the metaverse in 2021. My husband and I were booked to perform for a music fest in Decentraland in December 2021. And it was through that process that I met the woman who works with Mental Health Action Day. And she reached out and she was like, I know this is something you're passionate about. Would you be interested in joining our partner network? And I was like, yes, of course. And so, you know, last year I was in a healing cave somewhat. And I had written this song Shake, and I was like, what am I going to do for this activation? And I just kept coming back to my own practice, my own dance practice, and just the power of like shaking our physical bodies, which we'll get into that a little bit more. But I thought, okay, let's activate and we'll just shake together. And, you know, the tech was like, the gallery was great. The exhibit was great because it was static. And then the live stream was like, we had some hiccups, but yeah, I'm super thrilled to be here today. And this feels more like up my alley right now, just conversations and sharing and stories and resources and all the fun stuff. So that's a little bit about me and how I got into this project.
Amazing. And I want to dive in. We're going to dive in a little bit more into what Mental Health Action Day is. And then I want to take a look at the gallery, and then we'll talk about Shake and maybe do some shaking. But before that, do you want to tease a little bit the POAP and what's going to go live in a little bit?
Yes.
And then,
yeah, absolutely. So there is a special POAP. You'll need to download the app so that you can get the secret code word, which we'll share at the end of this broadcast. And yeah, it's just like a fun souvenir that you took some action for your mental health by connecting with others today. And then tomorrow, after everybody's had a chance to like take action today and through the evening and things, there are channel specific POAPs that will go live tomorrow. There's one for Farcaster. There's one for the art channel. There's one for fashion. There's one for hire and ADHD and parenting and all kinds of fun stuff. So those will go live tomorrow. But yeah, the claim for that, the secret word, will be shared at the end today. And then we have a very special announcement that I'm super excited about. This is a Farcaster native collaboration that I've been working on. And yeah, we have a special guest joining us toward the end for that too. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so let's dive in a little more into what Mental Health Action Day is. And I'm going to share this on the screen. So this is the Mental Health Action Day website. And today is the day, but there's lots of really great resources here as well. And it gives you a little bit more background on what, I'm not going to share the video, but it gives you a little bit more background on what it's all about and promoting mental health beyond awareness. And I thought this is a really interesting way to put this, is from awareness to action, and shifting the focus from, okay, we're aware that there are mental health issues in the world, and being aware of all these different things, and that others may be struggling with something that you may not even be aware of. But really then, how do we move that into doing something rather than just learning? And I loved this approach of, take this day to actually act and do something for yourself. And I also noticed that they were talking about doing 1 hour. And I thought that was making it so reasonable and accessible, because I think that's a lot of times we don't take time for ourselves because we don't have time. And if you're a working parent, especially, I'm going from here to pick up my child and then immediately into another meeting right after that moment. So, I know that we all probably struggle with that kind of time management, and I put myself last and my mental health last on the list. And that's probably not a good thing. Similar to putting the oxygen mask on yourself first. But do you want to talk a little bit about sort of Mental Health Action Day this year and sort of the approaches that some folks are taking for that?
Yeah, absolutely. And in case I forget, I want to put a pin in that, like taking care of yourself first and putting on the oxygen mask, because there was something that was really powerful that helped me kind of reframe that. And Mental Health Action Day, you really nailed it. It's driving the culture from awareness to action. And I I find that, we can be passionate about all these things. Like, we need to do something. We need solutions, right? That's a big part of what unites us in blockchain tech, is like, let's do something with this and elevate our systems and really like change things. And it was the taking action piece that caught my attention, because I am all about like, let's just go, let's do it. Like, even if it's, messy or an ugly win, like, let's just try it and we'll figure it out. And I think a lot of times we can get so stuck. We hear all the news, we know what's going on. What can I do about it? I'm barely hanging on myself, or I'm just trying to do this, or my family has this going on, or, there's always so much. And one of the things I love about this specific collective action is, like you mentioned, it's 1 hour. And that doesn't have to be like, okay, clock in, here's 1 full hour, I did it, good job. It can be 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 20 minutes in the evening. It's just the intentional practice of, I'm going to take some action for my mental health right now by doing XYZ. I'm going to really, really savor this cup of coffee while I write in my journal for 20 minutes. I'm going to call a friend that I haven't talked to in 20 minutes, for 20 minutes. I'm going to go for a walk. It's literally anything. I love, Bob's Burgers. I'm going to watch an episode of Bob's Burgers for my mental health. It can be anything. It's something that makes you feel connected to yourself. And that's the theme for this year, is connection. So social connection. It's a way to target the loneliness epidemic. And I have found through my practices, through my teaching, that if we can connect with ourselves, if we feel good with ourselves, then we can extend it outward. That's where the oxygen mask, comes, like, put it on yourself first. That's where that comes from, because then we can radiate out. And when I became a new mom,
I have to react. I just have it's so interesting. So when you said kind of the theme is connection, coming off of FarCon, so like that was like the big theme of FarCon was connecting. And I'm sorry we missed you, by the way. You were there in spirit.
Go and tell everybody what I'm doing, or I could just stay home and do it. It was so hard to decide
that. This idea of like, 1 hour today, and kind of being intentional. Just the examples you gave, it's like, it's things we're doing anyway.
Yes.
I mean, so it just sounds like it's like all it requires is almost like that mental shift to be like, take this, don't just do it, but then take the moment to like remain present. So it's like, so I actually today, and I'm curious if you guys have done your hour today or what your plans are. Also for people on the stream, if you drop what I want to know what people are doing with their hour, if they're taking action and what it is. But when I did my walk today, I take my dog for a walk. I left my phone in the car.
Nice.
And I walked down the path and, I did my 20-minute walk, but with no phone. And all of a sudden it's like your eyes are up and you're looking at the tree canopy and you hear the birds more. And it was just such a centering. That was my kind of action for the day.
I love that so much. Just being present with your senses, like, what am I hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling, I love that so much. And that's exactly it. It's the reframe. And that's what I wanted to put a pin in, is that I had a mentor when I was a new mom, and she said, if you bring a little intention to the little things, you'll realize how much you're already caring for yourself. As a parent, you're reparenting yourself while you're parenting your child. So I can tell my child, you need to get this many hours of sleep, or you need to go to bed and do this, or it's not great to eat a heavy meal right before bed. All of those things. It was like, wait, am I doing those things as well?
Right.
And then realizing that setting that foundation is a huge piece of self-care. So, am I drinking water? Amazing. Great job. Did I reach out to someone today? Did I stay in my sweats all day because I needed the extra rest and not beat myself up for it? Great. And for anyone that's
like, every day, but okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
We work from home. It's totally fine. Okay.
I'm sitting here in my Adidas track pants, like, yes. But like, and even this stream, like, this is us connecting. This counts. So anyone that shows up,
I'm counting. I was going to say, I'm counting this as
yeah,
my
absolutely,
hour.
Absolutely.
As it should. You're here.
Yes, I'm here in August. Because it's hard. It's hard to fit time in. I used to be better about that, and I need to like bring that back where I would spend time walking, similar to what you were saying, but without, with music on, but not looking at my phone, and just looking and observing, and doing meditative walks and things like that, because sitting and meditating is always hard for me, because my mind immediately goes to the to-do list. But if I'm out walking and meditating, that tends to work better for me. Gives me a little bit more focus.
Something that helps me with that, I also have that struggle sometimes. And if I notice like my mind is just like, I'll stop and just do a mind dump, and I will write everything out. And then, it becomes really clear what you actually need to focus on, and what your brain is just like, what about this? What about that? What about this? So,
as soon as I do something else, or, that's why shower thoughts are so powerful, right? Because you're not thinking about anything. You're just in the shower, and that's when your mind just opens a little bit, and you get better ideas and clarity.
Cleaning too. I like cleaning. Once I reframed cleaning as self-care, because someone said that one time. They were like, cleaning is my form of self-care. And I was like, that's weird, but okay. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I actually feel amazing afterward. So yeah, that's a huge piece of self-care when the dishes are done, or when the laundry's put away and you finish and you're just like, that.
I get weirdly, like, I start to clean a lot before I travel. It's so, I don't know what it is. It's like something about it's really weird. And it happens almost every time. And I think it's something about not coming back to a mess, like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about that, or it just helps me prepare to leave, that I'm not leaving, a big mess behind or whatever. So that's funny. I don't know what that is, but I have to, a little bit of mental health for myself as I prepare to leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Because then, like you said, you come back and it feels like a sanctuary, because you don't have to get to work immediately.
Right. Right. Exactly. I do want to touch on a couple more things, resources, as well as the gallery, and make sure that we take a look at that before we jump into the shake. But I did, this is another great resource, mentalhealthishealth.us. Some great resources here, breathing in and out, etc. Like, I love all these different pieces that they had about talking about different emotions and what those might mean. And
are you trying to pull this up on the?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Are you guys not seeing it? Sorry.
Change the.
Yeah. My first day on the stream. First day on the stream, Adrian. I wasn't familiar with how it worked.
It's the afternoon. It's the PM. We're usually AM.
I'm telling you, you get further in the day, the less I do this well. So mentalhealthishealth.us. It really dives into the different emotions, and how are you feeling, and what are you experiencing, and then learning more of how to sort of deal with those feelings. And taking control of your emotional health. So great resource that we will also include in the show notes. And maybe we can also drop them in the chat. I will do that in just a sec. And then I wanted to take a look at this. This is by Kagusha, created a gallery. And was this something you guys worked on together? Sort of?
Yeah, I asked her if she would want to curate something, and she was thrilled to support, a mental health initiative. And so, I sent her, this is some of the work. These are some of the artists that I didn't have time to like put a call out, but I hand selected just a few.
Amazing.
So yeah. And it turned out so great. I love her eye for curation.
I thought it looks amazing. And there's a lot of different things happening here. And if you take a look at the gallery.so part of it, you can see it just a little bit better, but you can also look at it within the frame. But there's like some amazing different pieces here. Obviously the one I was focused on too was this. I thought this is so good.
Yeah.
Just ask. I thought that was
what does the
great.
ask stand for?
It stands for acknowledge, support, and keep in touch.
Love that.
So there's a video resource I can share on that as well. I'll share it in the show notes, but yeah, people can watch this video, and it helps to start some dialogue and really just take away the mystery of, like when you know someone's struggling and you don't know what to do, just ask them, how can I help you? How can I support you? What do you need?
Love that. Love that. And I wanted to use that as our little logo today because I thought it was,
yeah, it looks great. I love that.
Adorable, but also just so powerful as well. So just ask.
Look at that horse.
So that was one other thing I wanted to touch on. And then let's talk about shake.
Yeah.
Shall
Before we
we?
move on to shake, I wanted to
Sure.
share that there is a co-curation opportunity on Frameboard for anyone to go and share what mental wealth, it's called mental wealth, what mental health or wealth looks like to them. And it can be a picture from your day. It could be something online that you resonate with. It could be art you've collected. It can be anything on Frameboard, but that's up for co-curation right now. On Frameboard. So that's
very cool.
thing. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about shake and what this is and how this came about. If you can sort of share your thinking around this. I know you talked a little bit about this at the beginning when we talked about your intro, but if you can sort of revisit, and then what are you doing with it in terms of in terms of today, and what are we doing?
Thank you.
What are we shaking?
What are we shaking? Everything. We're shaking it all out. So this is a project that I had an idea for years ago. And I was once a professional Tahitian dancer. I grew up with a bunch of Pacific Islander, some of my best friends are Pacific Islanders, and they brought me to a class one day and, they were like, come try it with us. And the choreographer and the troupe mother asked if I wanted to join the competition team. And I felt totally out of my element. I've always grown up with music and dance, but this was really, really hard for me to like shake my hips in a really fast way. And so I would go to rehearsals and then I would go home and practice. And the mom of the troupe, she was, an older grandma, and she would go around and say, you need to get your shake. You need to get your shake to all of us dancers because we weren't like shaking fast enough or, in rhythm. And so I could just hear that in my mind when I was at home practicing. And I realized like, this is really powerful. And when I got my shake, it was like shackles fell. I mean, it was like starting a lawnmower, and it just like went. And I had remembered this book that my mom shared with me called Waking the Tiger. And it's a trauma book, and the author, Peter Levine, he talks about his research in the animal world with mammals. They will shake after they've had an experience with a predator or something that has, like rattled their nervous system. They just shake it off immediately. But humans have kind of lost that. And through his research, he was finding this like connection, how powerful that is for our nervous system. So I had that in the back of my mind, and then I experienced it, and I was really shaking through, some old trauma that I had grown up with. My 13-year-old sister was killed in an auto bike accident when I was 11. And so, I mean, it just like cracked my foundation, right? Like at 11 years old, I learned like life is temporary. I didn't expect to get emotional. Dang it. And so I realized like, wow, my body is really storing this trauma. Like I had no idea how locked I was. And it was so liberating and so powerful to be able to just like experience that moment. It was such a breakthrough. And so when I started producing music, I thought there is nothing like Tahitian drums. Like it's so unique, the pattern, the drum beat, the sound, the tone, and the texture. And so I always wanted to create a song where I could like honor that. And then it just, I kept it on ice as a creative. It's like, oh, that's a great idea someday, or like, maybe when the time is right. And it surprises me how often we're planting seeds for ourselves, and we don't even realize it until later. We're like, wow, I planted that like months ago or years ago. That's wild. And it was one of those moments. I was invited by Amon Europe, a beautiful like musician in Web3. She invited me to drop on sound, and I was like, okay, this is a new era. This is new territory. So I'm gonna create this song. Meanwhile,
Amazing.
I was healing from Ramsay Hunt syndrome. So I'm literally like in my bedroom, couldn't even really go downstairs to where the instruments were. So I had to get really creative to meet this deadline. And so I shared this behind the scenes footage that I captured, and I minted it just yesterday. It's called Making Shake. And it's like me like working out the drum, like working out the beats and the slide on my notebook. Like that sample is actually in the song. It's like got kind of like a zip sound, and my voice is sampled throughout. I put a lot of root and like foundational elements into the song and into the art, because I wanted it to feel like this primal, like raw, I didn't overmix it or anything like that. It has a rawness to it intentionally, because I want people to just like energetically and vibrationally like kind of absorb that as they listen, so that it connects them to themselves and to their own power just through shaking. So that's where I wanted to combine the two. And then with the activation, I was like, what am I going to do? Well, I had released the song, and I was like, you know what? Shaking is really powerful. Let's activate around that. Last year didn't have a theme, so this was the first year that there was like a theme for Mental Health Action Day. So it was kind of up to us, however we wanted to activate. And so I created Shake for Mental Health, and it's been really, really amazing. I've been able to have some cool conversations with people, and just a lot of, aha moments with like, wow, that's so instinctual already. Like, of course. And I am all about those simple, like, what can I do right now on the go? Someone cuts you off and you feel stressed. Like, what can you do to not navigate that, but like counteract that, So that's how the project and the kind of led to the activation, is like through the dance, through the music. It just all came together, and I was sitting back like watching like this expand into this bigger project. Like, wow, this is really wild and very cool.
Amazing. So we do have, let me pull this up and make sure we can listen to it. Are you going to shake? What are we doing? What are we doing now? Am I playing this? Are we just enjoying it? Or are we shaking?
You can shake whatever, since we're like seated on camera, like shake your arms, shake your legs out, but like it really does feel so good just to shake.
All right. So for the next 2 minutes and 46 seconds, for those of you in the chat, we expect you to be shaking with us. All right. So here we go. We're going to shake.
Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake.
And hopefully you guys can hear this. Let us know in the chat if you hear it.
Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake. Shake, 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 shake.
That's the sound.
I hear it.
Gotta get that shake. Get that shake. With that shake. With that shake. Shake, 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 shake. Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake.
Gotta get that shake.
Gotta get that shake. I
Yeah.
love that. That was so fun. That is a great beat. Everything about it is so good.
I love.
It's so good.
I like that it's shake and not dance.
Yeah.
Too, which was interesting. So like kind of I love the music. But just I was just thinking of shaking, and I was actually visualizing animals.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
I have
Well, that was
one
kind of the vibe too, right? So that makes
the horse
sense.
is a video shaking to like a clip of the song.
Oh, I love it.
I thought it was so funny.
By the way, in the other chat, Barlu said, together on a dance floor, IRL someday soon, please. So
yes.
There you go. So that was amazing. That's such a fun song. You know what I love about Sound XYZ too? I love seeing the comments pop up.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that. So that was
I haven't watched it for a while either. Yeah, I'm like, that was so cool. That was so cool.
Yeah, I do love that too.
And seeing all these people I know too.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I know homies now. I know Kuba True. I know, it's like, it's so funny. And Lottie Dad. Yeah, it's just so fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, love that. I wish you would re-release it so I could collect it. But that's up to
you. I actually it's funny you mentioned that because I'm working on a really cool like EP version that includes remixes. So there's one instrumental remix that I minted on chain yesterday by an artist named Segnon, and it's really fire. And then there are a few others that I'm working on right now. Not me, other artists are working on. And then that will come out around the same time as the music video, and that I'm collaborating with a couple of dancers. And so the project is still growing. I'm kind of I take things a little slow sometimes when it comes to that. It's like, I'm not going to force the timing.
Trend alert.
Slow trend alert.
Chic. I don't know if you've heard this, but we've been talking about slow all week. There's all these projects. Everyone's slow.
I did see that. Yeah.
So there you go. Trend
Trend alert. You need like a cute little a
little thing that pops out. Trend alert. Yeah. So funny. We do have somebody else coming in to chat. I don't know if you're ready for Maticus yet. Anything else we want to talk about before we bring him on to make a little announcement? And also, don't we need to release the Poe app?
Yes, the Poe app will go live at right at the end of the show.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay. I thought it was going live at 2:30. So I was like,
manage that. We're gonna be on the call.
We're gonna be shaking.
Yeah. Exactly.
We can't Poe app and shake at the same time. It's just too much. All right. So let me bring Maticus up. We Poe up after we shake. Maticus, welcome to the stage. Good to see you.
Great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hello.
GM.
Hello from the Bay Area.
GM. And
did you shake? Maticus, were you shaking?
Did you shake? Were you shaking with us?
Do I shake with you?
That's a no.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
We'll have to redo it.
That pause is a no.
You're gonna have to listen back.
We'll play it one more time at the end, so that those of you who want one last shake, you can get it in as we head out.
You can pull up the horse meme that has a clip. It's in the gallery.
Okay, I'll have to go look. Oh, in the gallery. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a video. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't realize it was a video in the gallery. That's amazing. So Maticus, I hear that you have something you want to share with us today, some kind of announcement. So I'm going to leave it to you now. So take
Hey,
over.
hey. Yes. Yeah, as you've talked to Sheik, me and Sheik have like this last week have partnered, and I've been helping out Sheik with launching a new product, for mental health awareness, dropping a new hoodie and a new frame. We're really excited about this because this is part of like Evolve and Evolve's new future of on-chain circular economy and incentivizing people to, make things sustainable and have things circulate and have like really like high quality items come to market. So yeah, so I'm gonna drop a frame in the chat here and have you guys check it out. It's a love hire frame. Yeah, maybe we should.
Is
There
this
it
my
is.
background?
Ooh, love hire. I
My
love that.
background is love hire. Higher
I
love.
yeah.
that.
We like that.
Both, yeah. Higher
Yeah,
love,
that's also a good
higher.
song.
Yeah, that's a great song.
That's
I
true.
love that song. Sorry.
It's so good. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so has
All
it
the-
dropped already? Is my question. Is it
It's ready.
already
It's
available?
live.
All right, let me go find it and share it on screen. That's amazing, and yeah, because we need to check this out. So hold on one
Yeah,
sec.
shout out to Matt. He just cranked this out so fast. And I was like, don't stress. We can do it. Like, he's like, no, let's go. We can do this. We can do this.
I love
It's
it.
been great.
Yeah, I can't help myself. I always love to get stuff out quick. Yeah, and so really excited about this project. We this hoodie, it's made in LA. It's a really high quality. Everything is embroidered on it. If you go through the frame, you can see a special embroidery on the hood. And profits are going to go to mental health awareness. We're really excited about that
Amazing.
part too. And yeah, and so this is just the beginning. So people that on board and get this hoodie will be some of the first to get it invited to like Evolve and part of this new circular economy that will be launching in the next couple of weeks with various partners. So yeah, please go check it out. And if you go to the Evolve channel and look at the light paper, it kind of gives you
that's what I was looking
a
for.
very
I'm like,
abstract
where do I
overview.
find it? Where do I find it? In the Eva channel?
It's
Is that where
great.
it is?
I went and read it, and it's so great. And we
it's mostly
were
a teaser.
connected just kind of serendipitously. It was like I happened to see a reply from someone, and I was like, "Hey, I am into what you're creating. Let's chat." And then went from there. It's great.
I love that.
Yeah, no, we both had a lot of alignment, both like in crypto. I've been in fashion. This is a passion project of mine. I've always loved like durable goods, like Patagonia, Lululemon. You can get them repairable. They have secondary markets and stuff. And so there's a really strong, I think PMF with like on-chain technology and like circulating things, and how people can transfer like NFTs and tokens really easily. And I think there's going to be this really interesting use case here that we're planning to launch and people can be a part of. So, yeah.
So when is the hoodie in the frame available? When is that going live?
So right now it's just a pre-sale.
Okay.
So we move pretty quick, and this LA factory that we use does the merch for Tesla, does the merch for UMG, my business partner. So we can move really quick. As soon as the pre-sale is done, we can have it out in like 3 to 4 weeks. So we're gonna, we don't mess around.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And where can we find the pre-sale for this? Is it on the?
It's in the frame itself. So we allow people to buy either in Hire, in ETH, USDC. So
amazing.
All three.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. That's very cool.
Do you have the frame where you can pull it up?
Yeah, I can't find the frame. So if you have the link to the frame that you could drop in the chat, that would be great. And then I can show it, because I'm only finding the light paper, which is cool, but we want to make sure we show the frame itself too.
For sure, yeah.
And get that out to everybody so that they can jump into the pre-sale.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, we want to check out the hoodie.
Don't hate me for choosing a hoodie in the summer, but
I know. What
we still have cool evenings though.
It's funny. Everybody, I don't.
Not
I
in
live
Florida.
in Florida. There are no cool evenings.
That's true.
Cool for our evening is 75 degrees. Like that's cool.
But what about air conditioned buildings?
Yeah,
So
I usually wear things inside. I do wear things inside.
Exactly.
I'll get cold inside and wear hoodies. But it's really funny because my Canadian friends will say things like that. Well, you can wear it at night. And I'm like, no, you really can't.
Yeah, I have one customer requesting bulletproof vests. Is that something you guys would like, or?
No, I think I'm good. But thanks. Think I'm well,
That or
maybe. Actually, I do
bikinis,
live in
one of those
Florida,
two.
so that might be helpful. I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly. Let me share this real quick. And here it is. That's nice. That is a nice
Yes.
hoodie, though. I do like it. You don't see a lot of white either, so I like that.
Yeah, so go
That
ahead
is
and click
very
on
cool.
the size, and it'll go to the next image too, and you can.
Oh, cool. There we go. Oh,
So
nice.
there's like a close up of it.
Nice.
As you go through the frame, it rotates through various like close ups and pictures of it. So you can see there on the
Very cool.
edge of the hoodie. I don't know, Sheik, if you want to talk about this. This is all like your inspiration.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Love that.
It's probably on another
Scroll up a
frame, but
little
you
bit.
can see around the hood. Yeah, another one
If
of
you
those.
scroll up a little bit, you can see it there.
Oh, is it okay?
Oh yeah, there
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
You can see
There
it
it
is.
is popping out right there.
Yep.
So
Right there.
those are coordinates to somewhere
Oh,
close
cool.
to where I live in Utah. And the reason they're there is because in 2021, I think it was May 21st of 2021, scientists detected this ultra high energy particle that blasted Earth. And that's where they detected it, was from
Oh,
that.
wow.
And
that's wild.
they named it in November. They published the scientific papers for it and everything, and it's called the goddess particle. So the last time that Earth was blasted with something like this was in like 1991, and they called it the God particle or the oh my God particle because they didn't know where it came from. What is this? And it's the same thing. It's from beyond the void. They don't know where it came from. They have no idea, no reference point for it. So they named it Amaterasu, which is the Japanese goddess who in mythology created Japan. And I just thought it was so beautiful and like such a really cool way to kind of anchor the goods that I want to be putting out as a reminder, like to remember that you're part of like something bigger, like energy is within all of us. And this huge blast of just like powerful light energy hit the earth and it's in us, just like the sun, like we're all part of the light. So I thought it was a cool like signature to add to all of the goods that I'll be releasing.
I love that.
So,
that is very cool. That is very, very cool.
And Matt has been studying it. So what's your take on it? I'm curious about that.
So very cool.
Yeah, I was amazed that there was even something like that out there. The whole idea of like these particles that are, yeah, I don't know. The world is always a really interesting place, and it's always good to like. I always like telling stories, and I think telling stories through clothes and through pieces like this, where it's Love Higher and the Goddess Particle. I just think there's a lot to say. So.
I love this. And let me just show the main one again so you guys get a see of the whole thing. And you can see like around the whole side here, the coordinates. That's very cool. Very, very cool.
And it's going to have a chip too, right? Is that?
Oh, really?
There'll be an NFC chip that'll be pointing to, if you want to donate for mental health awareness, and the chip will update to various links as well.
Yeah.
Verifying its authenticity.
Resources, just like right there on your heart, you'll have resources for mental health. You can donate.
Very cool.
And an authentication for it too. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be part of the Evolve network, so people will be able to like bid on it and buy it. So these are going to be like limited edition runs, of the highest quality. And so if people want to like bid on these things and make money, then people will not only will mental health awareness get like a kickback, but somebody else will be able to like sell their item on chain. And there's a little magic that I'm not like sprinkling in here just because I don't want to give away everything that Evolve is launching with, but it'll be really easy for people to exchange goods on chain. So
very cool. Is this your first drop? Your first item that you're dropping as part of this as part of Evolve?
This is the first one. I have other ones waiting for their apps to launch, but yeah, this is one of the first ones to launch.
Cool.
And
And nice PFP, by the way. Do always appreciate the lils. Yeah, it's a we love the noggles. around here. So have to shout out the PFA.
Oh yeah, I love the nozzles too. I think I'm 801 is my noun too. I've been in nouns for quite some time. I love nouns community. So
Did you know
Chris
that's
is
the
one of
area
my-
code for Salt Lake?
Oh yeah, it
You know,
is, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. You know, my current address is 801. I don't want to give my whole address away, but yeah, my current address is 801.
That's really
South
weird.
Main
funny.
Street.
That's
That's
how our
great.
first
I
call
got a
went.
lot of weird
Like,
alignment going on there.
we started connecting all these dots on our very first call.
That's
So we're like,
crazy.
yeah, let's collaborate.
Yeah.
That's
That's
amazing.
cool.
I am now 912, so occasionally I do like drop tips in as 912 or my favorite noun is 389, so sometimes I drop it as that. But anyway,
I love that.
that's really cool. Really love the hoodie. I'm definitely going to be ordering one right after this. Even though I live in Florida, I still will order a hoodie. I will wear it inside.
You can cut the sleeves off. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do
No,
that.
I'm not doing that.
Don't do that.
It's gonna be a great summer.
But you're in
hoodie.
Florida.
It's gonna be light and bright.
I
and-
know. I'll wear it when I go up north because I will be up north at some point too. So during
That's
the
right.
summer,
You put it on when you get too much sun.
Just don't cut out the
Exactly.
NFC.
I won't. Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. Don't cut out the chip. We're coming towards the end of our time, so I want to give you both an opportunity to highlight anything else that we may have missed, and then let's make sure we release the POAP to all the folks who've been patiently waiting. So what else, any other calls to action or anything else that you want to share about Mental Health Action Day?
So every metric counts. This is going to be interesting to see how I can track that this year. That was part of my my use of POAPs and using the frame board and things like that. It'll kind of help tracking the metrics, and having it be mostly through Farcaster will also help as well. But every like, every recast, every collect, every share, every purchase of the hoodie, like everything is going to count. And when I have the partner network wrap call, I think it's like next week or the following week, and we report our metrics, it's always really exciting to see like just those little tiny things. They matter, they really do.
It adds up, yeah. And
Yeah.
there's a compounding effect as well. So
Yeah.
very cool. And Matic, is anything else you want to sort of highlight, calls to action, et cetera? How long will the pre-sale of the hoodie, the frame, be available, by the way?
Sheik and I were discussing that. We're still like weighing that out. We're thinking like a week, maybe a little bit longer. We're gonna also be promoting like next week as well. So yeah, play it by ear, but it's gonna be a limited edition run. So get them while you can.
Okay. Amazing. And do we want to release the, I don't think it's available yet, but release the secret word for people to pick up?
Yeah, sure. The secret word. Good question. Where did I write it
Is it
down?
the same one you sent in the email?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, let me check my notes.
What I have is S for MH.
That's right. Shake for mental health. That's the one.
That's what I have.
There it
So capital letter S, the number 4, capital letter M, capital letter H, but it is, I don't think it's working quite yet.
Not quite yet.
So it's going to be at probably a 3, I'm guessing, is when it'll
Yes,
go live.
exactly.
Okay, amazing. And
And
I'll
that's
drop
the
that
law.
in our chat as well for those folks so that they have it also. And I'm blasting it so you guys will see it. So that'll be available when it goes live at around 3 o'clock, right as we're ending our show. And I do want to show Shake one more time as we go out. So I'm going to play that one more time as we leave. So anything else we should direct people to? Anything else that you want to add, Adrian, by the way, before we wrap?
Thanks to everyone in the live stream for joining. Curious, people have been chatting, but send feedback. Let us know how this felt, if it felt like genuine connection, and also let us know what you're doing for your hour of action.
Oh,
I just love the theme of kind of, we've done enough awareness, which needed to be done and has been so impactful. I think I just think about how we talked about mental health when we were growing up, which was non-existent.
You didn't? You mean
and
we didn't?
Yeah, it was just non-existent. So the awareness has been really great, and I really like the emphasis on action.
Yeah, I do too. We didn't talk about that sort of thing. It didn't exist. So very different times we're living in now, where we get to have a whole day that's just dedicated to taking action around mental health.
For sure.
Amazing. So I want to share this one more time as we go out. We're going to shake again. So get ready.
And collect the free mints on Zora. There's a lot of artists that have contributed. They're all free plus fee on Zora to collect.
Yes.
So, yeah,
definitely go check that out. And we'll have all of these links that we showed today will be in our show notes. I will try to get this out. It's going to be probably a couple hours, but we'll get it out and share this around. And maybe we'll drop the links quicker than that, just so you have them handy on the post that we did in the channel. So I'll do that real quick. And then we'll have the full episode out a little later today with the show notes.
And Matt and I will be joining the fashion channel to do a little AMA about the hoodie and about Evolve. So directly after this, we'll be in the fashion channel on Farcaster too.
Oh, very cool. All right. So make sure you go jump into the fashion channel right after this. But before that, let's shake.
I love this song.
Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake.
Shout out Les.
Gotta get that shake.
Yeah.
Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake.
Oh, is Les the show?
Gotta get that shake.
Yeah, he's
Shake.
I'll dance. I like to dance. So.
No, Maticus, we're specifically shaking, not dancing.
Very.
Like a
just show it now.
I love this part.
Gotta get that shake.
because it's all your voice.
Yep. All of it. Even that high pitch thing you're hearing. That's me.
That's cool.
Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake. Gotta get that shake.
Got to get that shake. All right. And with that, everybody, we'll be back tomorrow at noon Eastern for our regular GM Farcaster, and enjoy the rest of your mental health action day. I almost said awareness.
Right.
Action day. Do a little more shaking, and we will see you in the fashion channel. And with that, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.